Okay, wait. Let me turn off the music, and then let me turn on the game music next. Not that it has any music. It's one of those silent things at the moment. But yeah, it finally got like approved. It took a well, I think it took it didn't take as long as like the first batch of emotes I had. It's an animated emote. I was wondering what else I should do for like another one. I have an idea for what I want to do, but I still haven't done it, or like I don't know how to go about it. I'm wondering should I go the extra mile and do like a live 2D one, or should I just like animate it by hand using Clip Studio Paint, stuff like those. But yeah, I finally like made a an animated emote. Well, I just really like that moment from that one stream. Wait, I haven't changed my title. Oh, I couldn't think of a funny way. Okay, wait. I realized I haven't changed my title since from the last stream. Ah, wait. Oh my god, no. Animating stream? It's really it's really. Oh god, Twitch, shut the fuck up. No one asked you. Another emo drawing stream? I don't know, to be honest. An animating stream isn't like really that. Well, the one I had in my head to do isn't that complex. It's literally just like those eyebrow waggle emotes, you know, like the when I'm just raising my eyebrows very suggestively. Well, suggestive is suggestive the right word? Knowingly? I don't fucking know. Yeah, so it's not really like I don't know if it would be fun because I'm literally just gonna draw a face and just like make the eyebrows wiggle a little bit. Okay, I changed it. I don't know if it's gonna reflect the stream. To be honest, I don't care. I'm running out of ways to title the streams. And okay, I kind of missed a dialogue there because I was like clicking around. What did it say? It looks as though the police are still here, carrying on with their investigations. Perfect. So let's find Inspector Crickerson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his tips to look at look at that silver tip. Oh god, I've been watching like another streamer's VOD about this game. I don't know if anyone knows them. They're called Jello Apocalypse. It's fucking they made like just a tip joke and I can't unsee it anywhere. Ah, that's fine. It's absolutely fine, I'll be careful. Be careful in your drive. You don't have to like force yourself to lurk. It's fine. Oh god. Hey, mister. Oh. Oh no, you have to present it. No. Dang it. I feel like such a fucking boomer whenever I have to look down at my keyboard at like what the controls are. I know this. I'm better than this. I know how to type. It's just I feel like uh those controls are so just all over the place. Like it doesn't make sense in my head that T goes like in the leftmost side and G is just the rightmost side. Oh, excuse me, I had a burp. For fucking once, uh, I decided to use some common sense and eat before the stream, so I'm not always so hungry. But Jello Apocalypse is a really good like content creator. They're a very good voice actor, and they were like voice acting the whole game with their friends. Definitely much better than what I was doing. But what flavor of Jello? I have no idea. It was colored green. I have no idea what flavor green is. Inspector Gregson, do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too easy to let a pair of foreign gadabouts. That's for sure. Much too busy, but not much too easy. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. For me? From her ladyship? Ladyship? That makes it sound like you respect her more than the queen. Her ladyship? Revote stream. Yeah, I had like those salted tiny fish and a fried egg with some rice. And then a boiled egg. God, I love eggs. Yeah, so I'm fucking full. Like, I ate it like 3 hours ago and I can still feel how full I am. Green is lime. We don't generalize here, Isle. Green can also be green apple. Or green grapes. Give that here, at once. Come on, hand it over. That's for me. Ah! Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously. But it's a lot more than that. It's an appearance fee. That's what it is. So many unborn chicken babies. It's okay, they aren't really chicken babies until they get like fertilized, so it's totally cool. They're just like white stuff and yellow stuff in there. There's no worry about that. Yummy. Hi Darth, hello. Nice to see you again. An appearance fee? Oh, I see. That's right. From the Adventures of Herlock Shores. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I'm sorry, Inspector. That must be difficult for you. Never mind that. So, what do you want to know then, eh? Sorry? Tell the gentleman in the back whatever he wants to know. I trust that it won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously it's not a problem. Go on, fire away! What do you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, would very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsume's lodgings. Ah, the little knife-filled and mustached Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's just over there, look. On the first floor of that house on the corner where that wreck of a bicycle propped up even. That is nearby indeed. I remember right. The landlord is Mr. John Garideb. John Garideb. What's the pun in there? They usually have. I'm trying to think of like what's the pun there. Because usually for their names they have like a pun if it isn't like a very famous person they're trying to parody. Is Garideb in the Sherlock Holmes stories? I have to admit I haven't read much of them. The extent of my knowledge from the Sherlock Holmes or the or like from the famous stories that get animated into or turned into anime even, like Moriarty the Patriot, which isn't even about Sherlock Holmes himself. And honestly, before Moriarty the Patriot, I didn't know like that Sherlock even had like an arch nemesis or like a lord of crime. Right, well. I'm assuming it's because he didn't appear in that much stories, Moriarty I mean. But that's so curious. Before the anime, I've never heard of a Moriarty. That is to say that I did not watch like the Cumberbatch series. I realized like after that they did have like a Moriarty. If you see her again, you'll make sure to give her ladyship my regards. You hear? I mean it. You tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector. We will. Goodbye for now. And long live her ladyship. He definitely respects Iris more than the Queen. Strand Street. I wonder if there's another reference. I'm still taken aback by like the Phoenix Wright Omnibus. I'm like hyper aware of any of these names. If they're like a reference to the old Phoenix Wright games. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yes, so then, shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsume's lodgings? Definitely. Ooh, this music though. I like it. I really like the music. Elementary. Is that like the other one? Yeah, I only know of like the Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock Holmes because of Tumblr. And even then it was more like a meme kind of sense. So I didn't know about Moriarty like on a name-to-name basis, just that like Sherlock looks like an alien sometimes, and more of like, and I guess yeah, the thing with like Sherlock and Watson. I wonder what awaits us. Oh yeah, is that a different one? Because the like TV shows I know of Sherlock Holmes are the Benedict Cumberbatch one and the one with like the girl. It was like a female Sherlock. I forgot her name, but she was like the famous Asian actress from. She was one of the Charlie's Angels, the Asian one. I think her last name was Liu, and I don't remember her first name. Chris something? I don't know. May I help you? Ah, yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garrideb? Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? My name is Ryunosuke Narado. Mr. Narada is representing Mr. Soseki Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here? That was a face. We would very much like to ask him some questions about our client. Oh god. Stop, we're gonna give this poor woman a heart attack. One moment, please. I should convey the message to Mr. Garrideb. Did you see that, Mrs. Sato? That was a real-life English maid. I know. As I understand it, anyone of standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. Are you sure about that? There we go, Lucy Liu. Oh, she was Watson? Fuck, I don't know, I thought I remember like there being more of like a big hubbub about a female Sherlock. Okay, see ya, Al. Thanks for stopping by. See you later. It certainly feels like we're really arrived now, doesn't it? Yeah, you two have a careful drive. We need only to meet a butler, maybe one hell of a butler, and experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I'd go that far, but I understand the sentiment. Oh yeah, I wonder if there is like a sexy butler here. It would be a chance miss if they don't have like a sexy butler character. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrideb will see you now. This way. What the fuck? He looks like a crescent moon, that's for sure. Oh, wait, I get the motif. The guy looks like a crescent moon and the maid looks like a sun. That's cute. But I don't know what voice to give them. I'm gonna explore. books? I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrett. Do you enjoy reading? Oh, we haven't even introduced ourselves and we're already just talking to him. What voice do I give an aging old man? Ever experienced a London winter, boy? The nights are long. Sir, that is unsanitary. Don't stir your tea with your pipe. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Rand's magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrett enjoys the adventures of Sherlock Holmes too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. That's a full-sized cannon! What's it doing here? Oh, my! It's real! I thought it might be a replica. That old thing? Bah! That's little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Hi, Mr. POV! I see you have seen the new emotes. There we go, it's back up. We are back in business once again. I swear to God, Mr. POV, I really think you are the one that's cutting off my internet whenever I stream. Hello, hello. Unless it isn't too late for you now. Aha, you don't even have the channel points to redeem my badumtus. Haha. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Wait, let me give it to you then. I think I find it. There you go. Yeah, and the moment you tuned in, my stream crashed, Mr. POV. I swear to God, you are DDoSing. DDoSing me. Why did I say it like that? DDoS, not DDoS. God damn. Oh God, I feel the boomer genes seeping into my bones. Now I completely forgot the voice I gave the old man because my internet disconnected. Never know when an enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. But yeah, that emote just got like approved today. I just got the email that got approved. Really? Isn't it overkill? Be prepared. I always say, you never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Yeah. Do you think there may be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrett? Always this. Take Joanne here. Never fails to have a clean apron and reserve. Drives them over the barrel, you see. Oh no! This is just... Oh, also, I don't have like my trusty cup with me right now. I kinda don't like drinking from the bottle. But my big cup, the one that I use like for streams so that it can contain a lot of water, is in the wash. And I am a shitty. My thing is, when I do like a voice, it always kind of reverts back to like the Gregson tone or tune. Things are very well in the cannon there, Joanne tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rag. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. That uniform looks fairly ancient, doesn't it? Big bully. It's clearly been well looked after. Though. That old thing. Ha! Not much better than rags, really. Oh? Wore that ceremonial garb at my retirement bash, you know? Well, I'm not one for dwelling in the past, me. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, it doesn't hurt to have an odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? Oh, I see. Perhaps I should leave the past in the past. Wow. You always have to have a quick little whip, don't you, Ryu? What the fuck does have to do with anything, Mr. KOB? It looks like the Medal of Honor, and it's showcased in a very grand manner. Well, it's displayed with some pride, I would say. Although it bothers me that it's not straight. Ryu, no. Why does it bother you that something isn't straight, Ryunosuke? Care to elaborate? Huh? You know your best friend wasn't straight either, right? What, that old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I disposed of it. The wall's the best place for it. Keeps the bally thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription in the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, "For distinguished participation." It's a participation award. Sounds like the kind of honors even I could be in line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals on his name, of course. Common knowledge in military circles. Are those mortar shells? Enormous! Ah, I didn't notice. What are they doing there? And also, they're precariously placed on top of something. Ah, those old things? Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during my training. Oh, okay, so they're empty shells? I hope they are empty shells. Became a bit of colorful regiment folklore, that incident. You mean, you deliberately hunted out the spent shells? Well, I wouldn't say deliberately exactly. They're only scrap irons after all. Usually just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when that thing might come in useful, do you? Can spent shells still go off? Useful for what, exactly? A paperweight? Maybe to stop the door? Well, yes, well. Joanne here did manage to knock one of the bally things on my foot the other day while she was testing. Oh no! Hadn't shed a tear since 1869. Hey, the funny number, haha. Maybe if we consider throwing them away. The portrait of Mr. Gyaradev is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that all the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Gyaradev as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion in the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yes. Seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? That chap who runs the place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something and came out with that thing. He said the number! He said the haha funny sex joke number! In point of fact, now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving the place with something I don't need. The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to requirements. Susato-san doesn't pull her punches, or her throws for that matter. Ryu, please, for the love of God, shut the fuck up. No, you did not investigate it thoroughly. Literally just one pixel away. Look, at the enormous screen. It must have been put there deliberately, surely. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from you. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look, Just a little peek. Maybe let's not, Mrs. Sato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. What's this on the floor? That's so weird. I use like my mouse in that one for just to be like precise, but nothing. It's not coming up. What the hell is this? Oh, wait, 1 second. I didn't know my cursor was on screen. Okay, there it goes. It's gone now. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? It looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. After the tea, it's the time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way. It is Mr. Garrett's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea. That sounds delightful. Oh, wait a minute though. There are at least 10 cakes on this cake stand. Well, naturally. And it would never do to waste the leftovers. So, whenever Mr. Garrett doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joanne, you shall have to tidy up. How magnanimous of you. What are these? These are like skirts. Look at this crockery on display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London dresser. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves seem to be broken, and the crockery is... oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word crack wouldn't do that chinaware justice. And we have definitely met several cracked characters in this game. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it? Yes, probably something like that. But let's not delve too deeply here. This window looks over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh, yes. I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Does this thing open at all, I wonder? I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of a London winter, sir. Sorry? As soon as you open the window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would go opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It is very unlikely that these two would have seen anything of the incident then. I think that's all of it. Should be it? Cold country problems can't relate, right? Because I just have to talk to them. Good day 2. John Garrett at your service. Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He is a defense lawyer. Do excuse me to not getting up. Took a shot to the knee a few years back in the Battle of My Wand. Don't you know? I can wholeheartedly relate to their problem. It's too cold out here. I cannot even imagine what this feels like. I cannot imagine what cold weather feels like in this tropical country. Or the middle for my pains when had to withdraw from service, handed over the reins to the up-and-comings. So he's a retired soldier. It's a hell of a job getting up and downstairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out much, as you can imagine. Christmas chills? What Christmas are you celebrating, Mr. POV? Do you celebrate Christmas all year around? You're beating the Philippines here in how long they celebrate Christmas. Yes, it's quite a climb up here to the 2nd floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo. Do you think so? Well, Mr. Gyaradev, know that you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a folderol, really. Wouldn't like to offend the general, though, so I grudgingly displayed it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joanne? Just let these good people see it properly. Joanne, fetch that! Dash it all, woman! Be careful! Oh, dear me! I do beg your pardon, sir. Put yourself celebrates just as all you're in with how cold it can get every month. I never... What? Australia gets cold? That is so weird. I always like imagine Australia as like some very dry lands. I didn't think it had a problem of being cold. Huh. You jolly nearly took the skin off of my hands. I shall be more careful, sir. It's freezing at night. That sounds like... It's freezing at night. That sounds perfect. Oh, I would love that. Just like, hey, sleeping when it's cold is like the surefire way to get me into a coma. So, anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now. Yes, I see. Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodging downstairs. Is that right? Yes. We would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us. Only too pleased, naturally. Especially if it helps to keep the peace here in Blighty. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. Morning till noon? Bruh, that sounds like fucking perfect. And then you just have like a short window of time where it's hot so that you can like recover. Bro, it sounds like the perfect weather. I want that kind of weather here. So, this case is very much in the public eye, as it were. Oh, is it? Even has some famous detective poking around, you know. In this old house, would you believe? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Could have been. Didn't catch the chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detectiveness is, but we literally just saw that he had like the magazine with the adventure of Sherlock Holmes thing. Oh, but... Oh, there it is. She literally just mentioned it. You have a copy of Rand's magazine here, so... No. Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak. So he's in Soseki-san's room. It's Bali nuisance, it's what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching at its curtains now. I don't like all this fuzz. It's jolly unsettling. About Mr. Natsume. About Mr. Natsume then, Mr. Gyaradev. Please, do tell us. Ah yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week. Really? Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in very recently then? I have 2 lodgers most of the time. Most on the ground floor. And the one just below us. The first floor had been available 2 weeks ago. You see, dash it all, Joanne! Do be careful! Oh, my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. Oh? Why? He seemed to have the most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had shady written all across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. Go for it to make those voices. You did a lovely job. Oops. Sorry, I just had to like sit back a bit. I was shrimping again, and it was kind of putting me at an odd angle with my mic. Really? Does it really show? I don't actually. I can actually like see it when I'm streaming. I tend to like. The game tends to cover my OBS screen, and I don't have like. the stream preview up, so I don't actually see what it's doing. But well, if you say it looks good, then okay, thank you. I said to myself, Joanne, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. And I'm really wrong. We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Was there anything else that struck you suspicious about the man at all? Oh, excuse me about that. My throat has been acting up a little recently. Oh, yes, indeed there was. Your eyes squint when you do the grandpa voice, so yeah. Oh, really? I didn't know that. And she's dying to tell us about the shady lodger. No, do not fucking approach me with CPR. If CPR is the last choice for me, then just let me die. Had you noticed anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume? Oh, my word, yes! The man was shittier than an orchard. Orchard? Could you elaborate? Ugh, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is, more than anyone could ever read. And he never so much as passes the time of day with another living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor call. He just trots off to that old bookstore every day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too. So lip contact is the last thing you'll do. That's what I'm saying. I don't want it. If it's lip contact or dying, let me die. Oh, I see. The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed around 9 each night. But I've never known that Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning. No, I don't want the touch of another human being. Could you clarify something, I wonder? What, pray? How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine? Oh! I understand that neither of the lodgers live on the floor of the house, is that correct? That's right, yes. They're below us, on the first floor and street level. Then, how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example, even the times they go to bed. Wait. Good grief, Joanne! Be careful, woman! Oh, my goodness, yes. I'm terribly sorry, sir. Well, you didn't have to take it out on the old man. Something doesn't add up here. Incident 2 days ago. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the evening. Did you happen to look out of the window at the route that time? The window? Yes, we noticed that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. She kinda sucks at holding that. I mean, does she suck or is she actually incredibly good? Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? 5 o'clock is dinner time in the Gyrodem household. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joanne? No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at that hour. And with the fog as well, I should think it would have been quite quite impossible to see the other side of the road. Oh, I see. Did you notice anything outside of the ordinary then? Such as? Anything at all, even if it seems unrelated. Oh, well. Yes? Was there something then? Well, there was a particular significance, but around the time... For the love of God, Joanne, what you doing? Oh, really me. What have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir. Do be careful, woman. Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narrow Holo. There it is. There is this butchering of his name. Oh, yes? I have an exceedingly good memory, and as far as I remember, nothing of significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all. Oh, really? Mr. Gyrodeb? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been. Oh, well, if you're saying it was trifling the matter, really nothing. Ah! Joanne! Dash it all! What is wrong with you, woman? Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened. Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down at the quiet, uneventful meal. Joanne? That's right! Mr. Gyrodeb. What is the matter with these two? I am just saying, subtlety is not really... After McGilded, subtlety is really not something these two possess, huh? It sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of that incident. But what? I wish I knew. Mr. Natsume's room. Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on? Why, certainly. Just below us, on the first floor. And Mr. Schultz is investigating her as we speak? Yes. Told me Nat's his name, and asked him to look into the matter, so I gave him the key. Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Schultz's services? That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around? In Mr. Natsume's room, I mean. Don't see why not. It's just down one flight of stairs. Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues. We need all the clues we could lay our hands on, shall we? Yes, and while we're there, I know what you're gonna say, Sasato. We can speak with Mr. Schultz again. Perhaps he'll be able to tell us more. Yes, we will have to speak with Schultz again. And let's get a move on. Still haven't been there. I wonder what awaits us. There's a kitty! There's a kitty! There's a cat! There's a cat! Hello! Well, just look at this place. And smell it! Ugh, it's so musty in here. Ugh, I can't imagine. I suppose it's a mountain of old books that are responsible for that. Is she shocked? I don't think I've ever seen so many books in my life. Even in a library? No, me neither. It's so dark in here too. Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think. Yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed up with bricks and mortar. So, this is where Mr. Natsume lives. By the way, I have spotted Mr. Schultz. I haven't spotted Mr. Schultz anywhere. Have you? No, that's true, but according to Mr. Garadeb, to what Mr. Garadeb told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere, investigating. Excuse me. Oh, why is there no music? That is so... Why is there no music? Okay. What do we have here? Oh, look! It's a mechanic cat from home! It's a bit big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsume didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruto-san. Why? Why? Why do I never have rights? Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you bought in your luggage? Oh, that's cute. Well, it can be dangerous traveling aboard. I wanted a lucky charm. Aww, that's cute. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted the same, and this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. Hardly. Do you see what position he's in? It's not doing a very good job so far, is it? Exactly. You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word. Why are my eyes such a giveaway? I'm no Ryunosuke. Oh, right. I don't know if anyone knows this, but there is like an extra drama regard after it was like an extra from the first case where instead of Ryunosuke, it was Kazuma that was now the defendant, and he has to defend himself against Aochi. and Ryunosuke was one of the witnesses, and you could really see that he just basically blurs out what comes to his mind. So like stuff like the blue text, honestly, he's literally just saying those out loud, maybe in like a quieter voice, or or maybe people around him just don't deign it with a response. But it's basically canon that this blue text is just saying those shit out loud. But look at all those books stacked up there. They almost reach the ceiling. They're all works of English literature, and they all smell so musty. Ugh, I can't imagine. With this volume of books to hand, you'd never be short of reading material, would you? No. What a dreamy idea. Ooh, man. Ace Attorney had like its own anime spin-off, though I don't think it did very well. Which is actually to be expected when they try to like animate a very long visual novel type game like this. Even though it should have made sense because it's one straight line. But yeah, I don't think it did very well because you're cramming like what is it? How many hours have I already sank into this game just as it is? I feel like it's over 40 hours, I believe, of gameplay. If I'm not doing what I'm doing right now, where I'm stopping and talking to chat, and you can't like fit 40 hours of gameplay and material into like a 12 episode series. So I think that's where it failed. It's kind of like a Danganronpa because sure Danganronpa was good and it had like one straight storyline with not a lot of branching paths, but a lot of it was cut just so that it can fit like the 12 episode format, which is kind of sad. Because I was gonna say, I feel like an anime of a the Great Ace Attorney would be great. But then again, any story that is an anime would be great as an anime is always like the first thought I get until it becomes an animated shit, and then I regret everything I say. Voice actor. I mean, these people are like they're already like high profile characters. Um, what's her name? Susato is Hana Kanazawa, like one of the most famous English voice actors. Um, Van Zeeks is Sudaken, which is also like a very popular voice actor. Literally, Ryunosuke's voice actor is the voice actor of Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. So these people don't need any more projects to line their pockets. They are already very famous. A bad dream, maybe, for me at least. Ah, yes. We remember once again that Ryunosuke cannot read. Yeah. I know Hana Kanazawa was also another voice actor in Demon Slayer. It's one of those like bug breath insect breath users. But I don't remember if it was Shinobu or the other girl, Kanae. Yeah, like these guys are really famous. And Asogi was is Nakamura, also another famous voice actor. I can't name a character at the moment, but I'm pretty sure if you like pick out famous animes, he would be one of the cast members. Did I read that? I feel like I didn't. Mind you, I don't imagine that books at the bottom of the pile will ever read again. Ah, so reading it is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to like experience a book for the first time. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down the path of tea ceremony philosophy. What's this? Are we just gonna ignore this? What the hell? That looks so suspicious. Could you even call this a window? I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although, all that remains is a frame around some bricks now. So really, it's just a wall then, isn't it? Yeah, that's really all of it. Yeah, an Ace Attorney anime would really just be about the demand because, yeah, there are plenty of game based anime like God Eater became got one, and then like Token Rambu. Technically, I made a video on that on my channel, and this is Capcom. They aren't like averse to milking a series as long as it will give them money. So who knows? Maybe for an anniversary, because they did just do like a 15-year anniversary of the whole Ace Attorney franchise like 2 years ago. Was it 2 years? I forgot. But yeah. Mm. Alright, I just need to clear my nose. Whenever I speak so much, my nose gets all clogged up. Yeah. So really, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think Capcom. I maybe the problem here is that maybe nobody wants a a great Ace Attorney anime. Maybe because they felt burned from the original Ace Attorney anime, the one with Phoenix right in it. So who knows? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah, perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy. That's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive, and probably even stinkier. It does. I imagine being cooped up in a room like this would be extremely trying. I have! I've been trying to, but I'm like trying to imagine what. Because yeah, I did mention like Jello Apocalypse from earlier, and honestly, one of my favorite series from them is when they like did a read through. Technically, this is not a playthrough. This is a read through because it's a visual novel, and and honestly, they did like one for Ace Attorney Investigations, and it was so funny. I really like rewatching it. So I would be interested in doing something like that, but then again, I don't have the time as well as the fact that yeah, these are like a good chunk of hours to go through just to get like the jokes and the funny bits. The text seems to be wedged into a crevice between the mountain of books on either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit here and read while stroking his cat. I had a joke, but I deigned not to say it. Oh yeah, I was just saying though, I was like watching Jello's read through of The Great Ace Attorney as well earlier, and it was really funny. And man, they're really talented voice actors. But yeah, that is basically what it is though. A highlight is like basically an abridged version. Like I already uploaded them on my VOD channel, but yeah, it would need some combing through. And I don't exactly have the time for that. But surrounded on all sides by these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? But see, I didn't say it though. So technically, am I? I didn't say it though. So see, this is like the quality content again. I control the quality in which what goes through my stream. We only accept the finest, like Cubbyhole, or I mean Cubbyhole. Oh, what's this? It's a receipt from a second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh, yes. Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look. And the date of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. It's just a short while before he was embroiled in a terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. Oh, we got some clues. Okay, let's check. Mr. Natsume, your books are in the sum of 2 shillings, tendered in a receipt of the picture of the Monsieur Lecoq. Lecoq, a meal of Gaboriau. God, I hate French. Canterbury yearnings. Canterbury? A kitty! Okay, this is books. I was first to think about this. I'm pretty sure this is his bed. I'm pretty sure that is a bed. Let's speak to the kitty. Okay, bye. Oh my, what an adorable little cat. Perhaps he's looking for all the books while his master is away? I don't know about that. He disappeared into a pile of books as quickly as a flash. It was a tricolored Mickey, wasn't it? Did they even have that sort of cat here in Great Britain? Good question, did they? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought the little creature with him from Japan. Really? That made me feel homesick now. Aww. Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days, and then on the sea for 50! Susato! Where's the kit? Where's the kit? Where's the kit? Where is the kit? It's in the head of the books. There he is. This bastard. Okay, bye. Hi, Keisha. Hello. Why did you always? Did you come at the exact moment in which I was dreading talking to this man? Actually, I'm not dating him in the response. I'm fucking leaving. Bye, bitch. Hello. What are you up to? How have you been? You've been really busy recently, haven't you, huh? Fine, let's talk to this fucking bastard. hold on. Oh, are you work at the moment? Oh right, you work from home at the moment. I forgot. I keep forgetting what day it is. Like my dad literally asked me what day it was tomorrow, like, and I honestly God have no idea what spectrum of the week we are in. And review I just found out it is Wednesday. RuneScape on the side, of course, of course. You have to get those woods or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what you do with like fucking RuneScape. The last thing I heard, I saw you guys typing was like praying or something. Yeah, get that Jesus on. Aha, there he is. Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if you disturb him. My nose is all stuffed. Mm. Hello, Mr. Sholmes? I really dread having to deal with this man. There he is. Ah, you two. Good day. Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We were together in the SS Berea. Yes, of course, Berea. Ah, let me see. What happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Asogi. He died. Tragically. I'm gonna fucking kill you too next. But you were a great help to us. Kinda. Ah, fuck. I hate his face. Ah, yes, of course. The case of Mr. Asogi. Procrastinating hardcore. Rip, get your dough. I am on case 4. I really had to think that one for a moment. I was almost gonna say 3, but no, 3 wouldn't be right because I met my other husband in 3. So, 4. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Oh! Well, you seem to remember something of it, at least. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great Herlock Sholmes! This is Mr. Oh, no, my dear madame, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are safely recorded in my brain attic. Mr. Rodo! And Mr. Susato. Okay, you know what? Fair. At least he is in the right spectrum of people. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. I was the first round. Fight. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me at the railway station and whisked me away to the crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So, he apprehended Sasaki-san in that short amount of time. I'm afraid the pursuance of my new case has dulled my recollection of my past involvements a little. A little. It is a mistake to think that one's brain attic has elastic walls that can distend to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest we should elbow out the useful facts. So, Asogi was a useless fact to you? Huh? Is that it? Susato, don't stop me. I'm fucking gonna shank this motherfucker. Yes! Those are my own words of inimitable wisdom, you know. From the adventure entitled The Study in Scarlet. Isn't that like the first case? I need to remember that because magmahal ng ganito. I don't even love this man. I treat him like a pet. A very stupid pet. Study in Scarlet, was that the first case? It sounds very like significant. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdoms, but fortunately, my associate pens them beautifully. He means Iris, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Goodness, what an earnest expression! My dear madam, I should be only too pleased, and this murky room is an apt place to discuss the murky case. Takes out my gun, shoots him. We know that this to be the lodgings of a Japanese foreign student by the name of Sasaki Natsume. It seems that you assisted in his arrest, Mr. Sholmes. From the stabbing of a young woman outside here on Briar Road. Natsume. Yes, I believe it was a name rather along those lines. Mr. Natsume denies it. Was it really justifiable to arrest him on so little? Yeah. I'm sorry, Mrs. Sato, but I have not the slightest idea what you mean. Well, fancier way than you. Yeah, well, yeah, he's like a Victorian era gent. At least he doesn't talk as fancy as Van Zieks. Van Zieks like murders my tongue sometimes, and not in that way. I can't believe he was looking Susato-san squarely in the eye. I feel like there should be an at. I can't believe he was looking at Susato-san squarely in the eye while feigning ignorance. I assure you, I am not merely feigning ignorance. See? I'm telling you, the blue text is just him speaking it out loud. It appears that the pair of you are under some misapprehension. Oh? How? Holy shit. I assure you, I have no recollection of accusing your stupid compatriot of this crime. But that doesn't make sense. The good detective of Scotland Yard made the following request of me, and I quote verbatim. We need you to ascertain the identity and the whereabouts of the man seen fleeing from the crime scene. Ah, a man seen fleeing. There were a number of books scattered on the pavement of the scene. From the book plates, I was quickly able to determine the bookshop from which they had been purchased. On speaking with the proprietor, I was immediately led to this address. Elementary, what did you say? What? Are you shitting me? That's all you did? You literally just asked where the book was from and then like cross-reference? The Scotland Yard couldn't do that? Oh my fucking god! Bare minimum is a rarity here! What other way are you talking about? That's for me to know and you to find out. I believe there is a receipt around here somewhere from the establishment in question. So, you don't think Mr. Natsume is the culprit then? That I cannot tell you. But it was aggravating my faculties, hence why I returned here. However, this place is such a trove of fascinating books. I find myself quite lost in bibliophily. Do not be deceived into believing that I am a man of leisure. No, no, no. Oh dear. Oh my god, I just spat all over my mic. Fuck. Mr. Garrett, I'm the landlord. My man said I researched it. Fucking hate it. He literally just... Why couldn't they... I'm so lost. Is anyone competent in this world aside from the named characters? Katamate, is he here now? There he is. There's not a person in the world who has a shirt except me, apparently. Wait! Are you telling me Herlock Sholmes is older than Van Zieks? He was like 33, right? Spicy. Oh my god. Extraordinary young. Okay, that was not me coughing this time, okay? Do not be mistaken, that was not me coughing. That was not me again. 33? Bruh! Why is he so baby clean faced? And look at this man. He's younger than him. 52? Are you telling me this? He's older than this guy? What the fuck? No, look, no, it's like the eye bags as well. Okay, but you can't like make an excuse of mustache sheer. This is like pure just 100%. This guy is a skeleton. This guy is like thriving, and it's like how 46, 52, 4 years. Right? Wait, no, that's not right. Wait, no. I meant to say 6 years. Yeah, this is exactly why I don't do math on stream. Anyway, tell me, have you encountered the landlord of these lodgings? Yes, Mr. Garadeb, a retired military man. No, Mr. POV, you fucking dare. I will murder you. I know where you live. Do not clip that. Oh, that just made me think. Yo, you did give me an idea. My 100k, what do you call it? 100k channel point redeem is me solving basic addition and subtraction. Maybe even pro in a multiplication and division just to be spicy. But that's gonna be 100k channel redeem points. It was the first time I've ever met a soldier from the Great British Institution. That is the services. And it was the first time I've ever met a maid from the Great British Institution. That is service. Shut the fuck up, Ryunosuke. No. I didn't think it was that funny. I do apologize. As you may well be aware, many households in London employ a maid. Yes, I read as much in my Great Britain primer. Ah! Oh no! You don't have a chance anymore. Oh no! And so, conversely, whether or not a household employs a maid has come to betoken the social standing of those dwelling therein. Betoken their social standings? Sorry? Put simply, my dear fellow, those who employ at least a single maid are considered middle class. Those who do not are beneath that. In the upper echelons of society, of course, households employ enough staff to constitute a large family. Goodness, how extraordinary! As you can appreciate, from those the precarious boundary between the middle and lower classes, being able to afford just one maid is of the first importance. Will you do algebra for 200? I have no fucking clue. Do I just... I don't know. That would be a whole like 6-hour stream of me trying to solve a single question. I don't know if 2k is enough for that. Timbers must speak at my name on my malicious tone of me. I don't even... Mr. POV, I think you're a few generations behind on that, like, blurb. I had no idea. And it is for precisely that reason that I find great stimulation in the situation upstairs. I don't want to hear anything about your stimulations that you're feeling, Sholmes. Specifically, the retired Army veteran, Mr. John Garuda. Oh? Affable as he is, the fellow is hiding something. Whether or not it imposes on the circumstances of this case, I am as yet unable to ascertain. I am thoroughly lost in what he means to say. Oh, come on, Ryu. You fucking know Plume the... What the fuck? It was some French shit that the other guy said in the other stream, and now you don't even know what Sherlock is trying to say. I know he's a fucking cryptid, but even still, he's speaking proper English there. This room is thoroughly suffocating for the soul, my dear fellow. I assure you, any man whose lot is to dwell in a place such as this will stab somebody sooner or later. Mr. Natsume has stabbed no one. Ah, but sooner or later, as I said. I don't believe that's the issue here. About this dark little room, Mr. Sholmes. Why is there no longer a window? Do you have any idea? No window? Well, I mean, I can clearly see that there is a window, of sorts. But it's been completely blocked with bricks. Ah, I see. The answer to that question is quite simple. Window tax. Is that true? Window tax? What is that? Surely, not a tax on windows? Precisely that. Is this true? Oh my goodness! Until relatively recently, a tax was levied on households in this country by the number of their windows. Those of lesser means, having inherited a sizable and costly family home perhaps, rapidly closed windows up. Is this true? Because it sounds like absurd enough that it might actually have happened in like old British. While the rich opened windows here, there, and everywhere, in an effort to curry favors with those in power by furnishing them with large sums of tax money. How awful and unjust! Forcing people to live in rooms devoid of light. Indeed, disease been rife as a result. So 40 years ago, or thereabout, the window tax was abolished. Oh, okay, so it's not a current thing. Okay, so maybe it really was a thing, but it really is just that ridiculous. There was no way it was going to last. But its legacy remains, as you can see. In squalid lounges such as these, for example. I suppose Mr. Natsume's stipend for living here in London isn't very generous, perhaps. It would appear so. I've done a little zigging. I discovered that these lodgings were offered at an extraordinarily low price. Because the room is so awful, I should think. Apparently, Mr. Natsume only moved in here about 1 week ago. Yes, that's correct. However, I don't believe that low rent is explained by the shabby nature of the accommodations. Oh? Still, this is a little relevance here. A matter not worthy of further attention. Are you sure? I'm curious now. Well, I believe I've told you all I can now. Thank you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, Mr. Naruhodo. Was it not your intention to become a practitioner of law? You remember that, did you? So that's what you remember from me. Will you perhaps be offering your services in this very matter, I wonder? To the occupant of this room, Mr. Natsume, was it? I'm not sure. Not sure? On what grounds? Well, I actually defended someone in court here only yesterday. Oh god, do not face me. I feel so threatened when he like faces me head on. Go back to going like at a 45-degree angle. Holy shit. Really? Well then. I congratulate you, sir, on an ambition realized, and so promptly too. The thing is, it really made me question things. Am I right to believe in my clients? To trust in their innocence? Yes. Trust. Mr. Schultz? Mr. Natsume didn't do it, did he? My dear fellow, I haven't the first idea. Oh, but I thought that's why you were here. Didn't you come back to investigate? Ah, yes. That was indeed my initial intention. But there are simply too many fascinating books here. I couldn't possibly ignore them. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, there are two facts that I can state quite unequivocally. The man who fled the scene from the crime 2 days ago was a Japanese occupant of this room. And there are witnesses who swear to having seen the same man commit the crime. That is all I can say. And one more thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Sholmes? Tell us! I cannot say with any certainty whether or not it is of relevance to this case, but I am quite sure that the retired army man who owns this property is hiding something. Mr. Garadem is? Mr. Schultz said as much before, actually, didn't he? Anyway, at present, that is really all that plays on my mind in relation to this case. Mr. Naruhodo, as yet our investigation have uncovered nothing that could help establish Mr. Natsume's innocence. No, you're right. Perhaps it's time we probed a little deeper into the Mr. Garadem's secret. Just remember, I cannot be sure whether the landlord's secrets will prove to be of relevance or not. But I wish you every success, of course, Mr. Naruhodo. He's nice when he wants to be. Okay, that was very sweet of him. Kinda. Amusing man indeed. He's gone back to his book in the corner of the room. Did he now? Excuse me, Mr. Schultz. Oh shit, are we gonna do this whole thing? Wait, oh no, it's different. Yes, so true. To be or not to be? That is indeed the question, Mr. Naruhodo. To be or not to be brushed off? That is the question, and the answer is all too clear. Stop being dramatic, Ryunosuke. Let's leave Mr. Schultz in peace, shall we? Where's the cat? Neko? Psst, 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 psst. Neko? Cat? 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 Prison? Did he go outside? Psst, psst, psst. Hello, cat, where are you? I like the music here though, it's very nice. Fine, let's just go talk to the old couple. Uber again. Tell me, what was the detective chap? I forgot his name still. Still hard at work down there. Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Ah yes, rings a vague bell. All the detective business isn't my thing, really, I'm afraid. Isn't really my thing, even. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joanne. Now then, why don't you tell me— For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch that Will you watch what your bolly well doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind. Oh, yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck, and all that. Perhaps you can see yourselves out. According to Mr. Scholes, Mr. Garadeb is hiding something. And since no other avenue of investigation seems open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do something digging. Let me check all of these already. I fucking hate this man. That nearly took me out. What the fuck? I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna bite you in the butt. I'm gonna bite you in the butt. What's he doing over there? He isn't even surprised anymore. He just accepts this as facts. Mr. Sholmes? Aha! We meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, what did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir. At your service. Whatever, we are doing over the window. I'm given to watching in the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture of such observation. So, I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up there. Well, keeping an eye to one's windows at dusk is a prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Wait, he's not talking about, is he? I didn't expect to go through. I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. He calls it like it's some... He refers to it as if it's like a spiritual experience. Which, to be honest, might as well be. Do you mean Mr. Sholmes? There's a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo. I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let us conclude the matter before dark. Okay. Mr. Garda, though it would seem you're a military man of considerable distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first rate. I'm afraid, sir, that it is all too clear to me. There are two conclusions I have been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as you speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. And the second is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in cold sweat. Unbelievable. It seems Mr. Scholes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly... How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For, in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of the beasts. Could you shut the fuck up for one goddamn second? I hate this man. Ah! And I know all too well that wild beasts are too easily tamed. Really? So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. God, here we go again. Ah! Nature of the beast. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on a rampage of late within these four walls. Thus, we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Gardem, leads us directly to the answer. The nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appear unimposing at best. Wow. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of the beasts. What is this people, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact, that you had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Wait, his face was all weird, what? Yet, living with such a great beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well, yet, as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madame? Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it, it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah! Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Gardem, at Batty Circus, a traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through the ring of fire. A Asiatic lion. Now, Mr. Gardem, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Indeed, it is that life pose, the distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, this pain you feel being revealed by that supporting arm. Amid fits of tears, you'll let your beloved beasts go. The strain of losing something dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man! I simply... But what, we must now ask ourselves, is the true cause of this pain? And you need only follow the direction of our gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is this pile of bills that have given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. What? For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on your financial circumstances of your household. and so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? Is that a candle? The aftermath of which you could clearly see by observing the carpet over there. The very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What would have caused such a destructive outburst? This time, madame, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wondering eye has settled upon the answers very neatly indeed. Yes, it explains the dire state of the carpet. We need only look at the Tower of Caves. There is no creature more outrageous, dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, if they have no bread, let them eat cake? Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I'm sure I need only spell out the nature of this final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There is only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. I feel like the lion would have a better chance eating the cake rather than the carpet. Teeth marks on the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. God. Oh my god. Just fucking dealing with him gives me a headache. Thus concludes Sherlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. He's doing a pog face! What is the matter with you, Joanne? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. She's been doing that like all day, bruh. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garudeb. I'm afraid I didn't notice. Shock. Oh my god. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times too. Oh! Mr. Sholmes? Sorry to butt in again, but could I make an observation? Why, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. Do they have lions in Japan? Does Naruhodo or does Ryunosuke know what a lion looks like? The terrifying truth is all too often lies beyond the realms of the commonplace. Common sense. But couldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realm of common sense as well? But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garudeb and his maid would have been hurt, or worse. That's where you're stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. Maybe it's a British lion. My dear Mrs. Otto, it occurred to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they are infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. Ah, yes. They get infected the moment you step into the British soil. Oh, What a glorious notion! Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage, that's all Mr. Show's deductions need. You can do it! Excellent. I've been waiting for my trusty No, I'm not your partner. I'm Kazuma's partner. Hello? Who assigned me as your partner, huh? Huh? I did not consent to this. We don't even know yet whether or not it is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least, that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Eee! Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. I should certainly great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been rampant in the late of the four walls. Thus, we are faced with a question: what form might the beast take? Ah, the man with military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garda, leads us directly to the answer. The true nature of the lion. I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Gardner's reaction, it rather seems as though some mist did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what is it then? We must follow Mr. Gardner's gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. What else is here? Well, this is the lion statue that Mr. Schultz picked out. Yes, I wonder. Perhaps if you did live with a lion, it could prove to be a rather sweet companion. I think that's like a mouse trying to tell its family that a cat around the house is sweet. I suppose it is a bit of a flight of fancy, isn't it? Anyway, the beast we're looking for is something else. Let's have a good look around. Is there anything else? The mortar shells? These are shells for the cannon, are they? What a strange place to keep them. I imagine they have some significance. I imagine they have some significance to Mr. Gyrodam from his time in the army. Ah, of course. He mentioned a battle to us before, didn't he? Do you remember? He said he had been shot in the knee. Perhaps it was one of those that hit him? If a round that size had hit his knee, there'd be nothing left of it. Or Mr. Gyrodam for that matter. Mr. Sholmes has a Persian slipper, and this man has a spent shell. Perhaps it's customary in Britain to display, well, rubbish on the mantelpiece. Wow. Oh, I just noticed this. What's this? What's this photograph? It appears to be Mr. Gyrodam's wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but they can't make out his bride. No, how unfortunate. Something must have stuck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably. Oh, it does look happy. Look. This must have been when Mr. Gyrodam was still in the army. He seems to be carrying his rather stout bride effortlessly and beaming a smile at the same time. I suppose he was very strong in his younger years. Hard to imagine now. He's as thin as a rake. The glass is broken, so you can't see the bride's face at all. But no amount of cracks could hide the woman's plump form. Ryunosuke, are we gonna have a fucking talk? I think powerful would be kinder than plump, Mr. Naruhodo. Thank you. Yes, she indeed certainly looks... Ryunosuke! What the fuck? Ryunosuke! Oh look! Have you noticed her wedding ring? It's very large, isn't it? Yes, it's an unusual design. It looks like some sort of embellished sunflower. So is it this? Oh, it's not. Behind the lion statue of the metal piece, almost deliberately hidden from view, is a photograph. Though I have yet to examine its detail, I can assure that it holds the answer. Because I'm employing an extremely advanced detection technique called jumping to conclusions. Bitch, what the fuck? Are you calling me out? This is just speaking directly to the player at this point. What precisely was your intention with that, Mr. Naruhodo? Just following the natural progression of deduction. Sometimes the truth hurts. Well, the truth is, you didn't have a turn for optimization or deducted. Did not hurt out of the station. Ah, no, my life! Give it back! Okay. Oh god. I can't even save here. I can't save scum my way out of this. Is it... do I have to like click on it and then like present the bride? Oh, that was the right answer! What the fuck? The true nature of the beast that has run rampant here is revealed by that newly-wed bride that I am going to save. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this frame print pictures... Sorry, I had a burp. Pictures your wife, Mr. Garda. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can certainly make out her mighty arms and not... Ryunosuke! Oh, Indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution... Sherlock! What the fuck is this dialogue? Holy shit! Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which was so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Garda. Wow. Not enjoying this part. The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much evident. Well, yet as we look around, the beast in question felt his disappear too. Madam. Civil risk in Ukraine and the direction is breast pocket whereabouts. Oops. Sorry, I hit my mic with my pillow. The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know, but Ryunosuke, I'm going to fucking kill you. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Mrs. Garda anywhere. But it seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Garda's wife could be. Dress pocket? Alright, look around. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna like fuck around with this more. Oh shit! He's wearing a very large ring, look. Oh yes, a sunflower design. with some rather nice embellishments. I wouldn't call that nice. It's, I won't lie, it's one of the ugliest rings I've ever seen. And it's on her ring finger of her left hand, which means it's surely a wedding ring. It looks like it's under for life. Yeah, thank you, Sasato. Thank you. Very much like this one. It's a large sunflower design. Really, the great memory of this. Where's the sunflower? It's got yeah, yeah. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the Indeed it does. The flower band gleaming on your finger gives you away. For it is identical to the one shown in the hand of Mr. Gardeob's bride on its photographic prints. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. No. You are Mr. Gardeob's lucky bride. You are Mrs. Gardeob herself. Oh my word! This is why I do not want to be his fucking partner. It leads the youth down to a dark path. Asagi would never have done this. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightfully summarized, this is my wife. Yes, my Joanne. Rather. Okay, you deserve that one. It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. Oh, second lieutenant in the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to make a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London, one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. Though, in my considered opinion, such concern about appearances are a folly. You mean Mr. Gardeob has his wife work as his maid? Fucked up. Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gardeob? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret. Please. Okay, so what are we gonna do with this now? Now, Mr. Gardeob, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for the... Indeed, it is at Blythe Post the distress this loss is causing in veritable tangible blah. Yeah. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still... Oh, I know, right? Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. But Mrs. Gardeob is standing beside her husband as he speaks. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, that's true. So, perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has something more significant then. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Gardeob's pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? I kind of already saw it when he was like reacting. It was a slap. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders. The pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheeks. And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade. Was you, Madame Joanne Garrideb? Oh, yes. You have been desperate to hide that slap mark on your cheek, sir. Ah. Yeah, you've done that reaction several times. We've already seen it. How the blazes? How did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the arts of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, Now, let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Garrideb to fly into rage. And we need only follow the direction of her gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is a pile of bills that have given the rise of pain and suffering. Didn't Mrs. Sholmes say that the bills were for all lion fathers? Yes, but now it's established that the lion never existed, which can only mean that the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Garrideb's wife. Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing. Thank you, Susato. Why is Susato the only fucking sane and decent person here? Yes, well, she's also the person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard it left a perfect head mark, in fact. So she's still a person? Yes, why would a woman want to hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Oh, I never noticed this, like, broken plates. Oh dear, this place has been smashed to pieces, and nobody seems inclined to tidy up the mess. Perhaps it's some sort of high art? Really, Mr. Naruhodo? I know, right? This is like one of the uglier cases to handle, to be honest, if I remember correctly. Well, anyone who has a cannon on display in their living room is clearly a little eccentric. Yes, let's call it eccentricity. Wait, what? Ah, someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here. Look. Mr. Garrideb is clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute. I don't think this is a bookmark. Oh, no, it isn't. It's a note, written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look next to the signature here. Oops, sorry, I just took a burp. Lip marks, made with lipstick. Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. I've never known the touch of a woman. Don't get any ideas, Susato-san. Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this work is actually a love note then. Oh, that was interesting. It changed. Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly and the ointment here. Oh my god. But I don't know the Bali woman. I thought it was Barmy. Or Balmy? I don't know. I've heard Vox Akuma use that term, something similar, but I didn't think it said Bali. I thought it was something like Barmy. You don't know her. That one wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say. Just in there, just like my did. That's right, that's what I was saying. A likely story. Now listen here, Joanne O'Fang. I explained at the time. I bought that book at the second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there. So, the previous owner of the book was using it as a bookmark to me. That's right. I honestly just want to get over this, to be honest. It kind of soured the mood, I won't lie. A likely story? For heaven's sakes, woman, look at the name. It's written as James. My name is, in case you've forgotten, is John. A likely story? Are you questioning my name now? And there we have it. Arouse the suspicion of a female heart, and you unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? Seriously, I'm gonna cover it over there. A very merciful company, if I'm not mistaken. Oh dear, indeed. You're wondering, I am something very indeed. I think that was just literally a candle. But surely Mrs. Garrett didn't eat the carpet? No, of course not. But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of the disarray in this room is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Sholmes' deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mrs. Gardeev's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes! There's a candle. Can it actually... Oh, it's just a carpet. Okay, I think... The carpet here has been ripped to shreds. And... yes, according to Mr. Sholmes' deduction, the tears match those made by an Indian lion's teeth, exactly. Oh, look there. What is it? If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks. Oh, yes, you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense of at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. I think this is a case where you have to examine stuff first before they can be applied as evidence. It looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base is too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me like even the slider is not going to make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of 3 missing from its holder? So I think I can present this now. Yes, to explain the dire state of this carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most illuminating, my dear fellow. And of course, the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of the ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Mrs. Garrison... Mighty arm muscles left an impression not only on her husband's face, but on the entire room. The force of her strike caused the candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds, the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, for the most part, neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there is but one conclusion here. After the sparks of a marital discord flew, this room was a scene of a fire. Oh shit! You made the man stand up! Oh fuck! Mr. Sholmes, huh? I salute you! Oh god, oh dear, okay, oh my god, goodbye. Oh! Oh! That was kinda cute! Detection complete. It's as this dash long winter's night, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just across the corner. Buy all my books, my old novels there. And in the pages of one particular novel, you discover some rather illicit material, from which your wife admonishes harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonish. Demolish might be rather close to the mark. This is certain you deserve that. Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by the fire when the candle fell from the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. The whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old sticks raging and raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. But we've had to hide the mess behind the screen for the time being. Over there, Mr. Garda? Well, we have nothing more to hide now, if you'll allow me. Oh, dang. And all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got hold of them, that was it. Whoosh! Up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. There was I, back up to the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books incoming, 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite. The book called The Lion's Pride. Lion's Pride? Ah yes. Your notorious love for big cats coming free again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man really did lose something dear to him as a result of that ferocious... For fuck's sake, Ryunosuke! Mr. Sholmes' deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick is full of fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was that? Not sure I can remember. It was 2 days ago now. Let's see. Around 5 o'clock, I think. So at exactly the same time as the terrifying incident that was unfolding outside your window on the street below. Oh, even more terrifying in the inside, I can assure you. The whole Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? sorry, I was getting some Wawa. Ah, this is why I hate bottles. I have to like unscrew it, and I'm too scared to like leave it unscrewed in case I actually accidentally knock it over and just spill water everywhere and destroy every gadget I have. Oh fuck! I absolutely jinxed myself. I dropped the cap. wait, wait. Hold on 1 second. I'm just gonna get the cap. I'm just gonna get the cap. It fell under my table. Fuck. I'll be back in a real quick sec. Ah! I'm back. I'm back. It is screwed tight and nice and tight. Mr. Sholmes? How ironic. Wait, what was ironic about that? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Gyarados' situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although the battle cap being the one falling off, right? At least it was the bottle cap and not the bottle. Holy shit! It literally fell like close to the electrical plugs and close to the CPU. I warned you that although I knew the retired army man to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether the secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no! Is it that time already? Yeah, you're having too much fun playing that stupid game with Sherlock Holmes to notice the time, huh? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have official paperwork to attend to. Throw them in the carriage there. So, that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Gyarados. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Sasuke-san will be waiting for us. And I'm going to have to give him an answer. Is he somewhere around here? He isn't, okay. Is he back in Natsume's room? He's just gone now, I guess. What about outside Briar Road? Oh. It's time, Mr. Naruto. We must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail a car. Oh. What's the matter? It looks like something's going on over there in front of the Gyarados house. Um, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Who are these people?
Who are you calling an old man, you rum-looking
There are no more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than the dreams of in your philosophy.
Who's this Horatio fella, eh? What are you on about?
Excuse me.
What the? Who are you now?
I'm sorry, it's just, it looks as though there might be some problem here. And my associate here, Mr. Ryunosuke Naruto, is a lawyer, you see.
A lawyer? What?
If I can be of assistance, I'd be happy to help. I'm from Japan, but I have studied English law. What are we just casually offering our services when we literally have to go catch someone? Meet up with someone else? Holy shit.
Fine, I'll be on my way for today. But mark my words. This ain't over yet!
I fucking love him! What the fuck? Get thee to a nunnery. Oh my god, I love him.
Do I look like a blooming nut to you?
That's it? Oh, okay, it's done, it's done. I want more of this. I do hope you're not injured. Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so gentle. Thank you. What was that all about? There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio, than are dreamt of in your philosophy. I'm not Horatio either. Forgive the inquiry, sir, but are you a lodger here in the Garudeb residence? Oh, fair Eastern maiden, thou art so right. Yes, I do dwell in this humble abode. They should have both. Wait, I think there's still like I feel like with what do you call it? Fair Play and First, they were complimentary of each other, but I feel like this and the other guy, have we caught his name yet? I don't think so. But this pretty little dude and like that one that looks like a potato, they're like enemies to lovers, okay? They still have to work on it. Mr. Garudeb mentioned that he had another lodger, didn't he? This must be the man. Do you happen to know the other lodger who lives on the first floor? Ah, yes, the gentleman named Natsume. Oh, more worthy of wholeness in my battle of words, nor could there be. Sorry? Battle, did you say? Who is the stronger, Hamlet or Macbeth? I wouldn't fucking know. Mr. Natsume and I sparred long into the night. Oh, I see how it is. I see. I don't fully understand, but it seems Mr. Natsume and this gentleman are acquaintances at least. Well, okay. Good night, Mr. POV. Get some rest. Thank you for stopping by. So, fair maiden. So, good gentleman. I can tarry here no longer. Fare thee well. Okay, bye. I didn't really understand him, but I think he's returned to his room. It seems he's unaware of what's happened to Mr. Natsume, so he can't really help us. With Soseki signing that man as lodgers, the Garudeb house is certainly full of eccentrics. Anyway, I'll go and find a carriage. Yes, I'm sure Mr. Natsume is eagerly awaiting our return. Let's hope we can get to the prison before visiting hours are over. Hello. Oh, it's you. You're here. You came. Welcome, student, Mr. Naruto Esquire. No, let me try that again. Let me try that again. I can do it. Welcome, student, Mr. Naruto Esquire. I can't believe you came back. I'm so touched. Whoa there, I did not touch this man. We are so sorry to have kept you waiting, Mr. Natsume. Oh, no, think nothing of it. Relax. If I were a cat, I would purr with pleasure at the company of such fine compatriots. Noble, nurturing, never failing Nipponese. Oh, so he says Nipponese as well. Okay, so I'm assuming Nipponese isn't like a bad term then, because he literally said Nipponese as well. Oh, now let's not get carried away. I think this is Sholmes. Oh, I quite agree. There's nothing more assuring than the familiarity of one's native land. On the other hand, I fucking knew it. It is for friendship transcending international borders that one truly appreciates the fact. Such is my belief, at least. Oh, yes, it's you! The miserable, rotten spine! Herlock Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing here? He literally had to pose when he called him out. I have no intentions of doing anything per se, save observing, of course. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? Well, having encountered some curious reading material in that gloomful room, and having unmasked the secret identity of that eccentric pair, I decided I should drop in on my way home to see how our divested friend is faring. Gloomy room? At least your accommodations here offer a window, my dear fellow. In that sense, it is a superior option. Oh fuck, I hate that it's true. Anyway, I must commend— oh my god, what's going to happen, my model? I must commend you on your taste in books. My day has been a delight, and cost me not a penny. Ah, you! How dare you! Herlock Sholmes! I've had it. I'm through. I'm at the end of my rope. I should never have come to Great Britain. It was a terrible mistake. Haunted my spirits in those accursed lodgings. No doubt my luck will be cursed in tomorrow's trial as well. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. He doesn't know that the prosecutor is gonna be Van Ziegs. Oh my god, this poor man. My whole life is being damned. What are you thinking, Mr. Naruhodo? You mentioned that once before, didn't you? That his lodgings were cursed, I mean. And there is much truth in Mr. Mustache's words. He's so rude! Because we know that he knows his name, but he just refers to him as Mr. Mustache. Because he did call him Mr. Natsume before. What? Cursed is a wholly appropriate description, I would say. For the man's lodgings, and indeed for tomorrow's trial. Oh no, is he gonna tell him? What's that supposed to mean? Mr. Natsume, what did you mean by what you just said just now? About the trial tomorrow being cursed? Oh no, why are you looking so grave? You're making me nervous. I was just getting carried away, that's all. I didn't mean anything by it. Oh, I see. That's really agitated him. You don't mean the trial really is cursed somehow? Yes. Oh dear. Are you referring to the prosecutor? The Reaper of the Bailey? Oh my god. When Sherlock goes quiet, it's almost scarier. The Reaper? Oh no, what do you mean?
Please, tell me, summarize it suckily in 16 salient words.
16. No defendant has ever survived the trial in which the Reaper stands in the prosecution. Ever. Wait, is that actually 16 words? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. It actually is 16 words. Motherfucker, using that English degree to some extent. Oh my god, Ryu! Oh my goodness! Can it really be true? That was 16 words exactly!
Yesterday, Mr. Naruto successfully defended someone against the Reaper. But then, after the trial was over, the defendant passed away in unusual circumstances.
Don't tell him this, he's just gonna freak out more.
Mr. McGill did.
I'm impressed, Mrs. Sato. You have an eye for detail.
Actually, the Lord Chief Justice told us.
Mr. Sholmes, surely it can't be that having failed to have the accused convicted, Lord Van Zieks killed the man himself?
Oh, no! He couldn't have, surely!
You have wonderful notions. You have some wonderful notions, I mean. Sorry? The man isn't a mass murderer. He's a court prosecutor, my dear fellow.
Oh, yes.
Why, of course he is.
Ah! What? Of course he is? Then why are you trying to scare me?
It can be said, however, that the real truth about the man is even more terrifying than your hypothesis. What on earth do you mean by that? The Reaper. Tell me more about my man. Van Zieks is an exceptional man. However, in London courts of law, exceptional does not equate to winning every case without exception.
Ah, that's good.
Sasuke-san looks like he's going to cry tears of joy. As you are no doubt aware, in a British criminal trial, there are both the judge and a jury. The judge officiates based on the letters of the law, whilst the jury offers public opinion and common sense. And I feel like they're failing at that part too. It's an excellent system, whereby the defendant's guilt is considered from several points of view. However, public opinion in particular is somewhat easily manipulated. Right. Criminals and corrupt lawyers, for that matter, can use it to their advantage. By enemies at their disposal, contriving evidence, calling imposters as witnesses, and so on. By such underhanded means, those who want to are able to sway the jury. Which means that even in the light of irrefutable evidence, the prosecution can fail. But it means that the wrong verdict can be passed. And sadly, it's from time to time, my dear madam. It is simply the reality of the situation. And that's all right. However, those indicted by Lord Van Zieks cannot escape justice. Their fate is sealed.
Oh my!
Though the adjudication may see them leave the courtroom with their freedom, within months they all disappear. It is most striking.
Disappear? How?
By all manners of misfortune, sir. Perhaps they are trampled under a passing carriage. Perhaps they fall into the Thames and drown. Perhaps they suddenly overcome by a raging fever. Or perhaps attacked by highwaymen.
Oh, no.
All examples of the reality of events here in London, I'm afraid, Mr. Naruhodo.
I knew it. I'm dead, total, done for, doomed!
Okay, the cursed lodgings. When you said, "Ooh, the music is also suddenly somber," I love it. I feel like Van Zeeks is just over my shoulder. Like he's threatening me, and I'm into it. When you said the cursed lodgings before, you were referring to your room at Mr. Garadev's house, I assume. Do you mean to say that you believe that place is cursed? It's been a year now since I came to Great Britain. But I'd only been in London a week before I started to notice strange feelings in myself. That didn't take long then. Everywhere I looked, there were foreign faces staring at me, laughing behind my back. I was sure people were talking about me. I started to become nervous with going outside. They were always staring at me, all the time, from dusk till dawn. So I shut myself away in my room. But even that didn't help. The fear wouldn't go away. You must have been very lonely, having been away from your homeland for such a long time. I had to move a number of times, most recently to that room on Briar Road a week ago now. Yes, why did you choose there? It seems a little inconvenient. The rent is cheap. I have so little money, it appealed to me straight away. Of course, I asked why it was so affordable. The landlord just simpered and said, "The room is cursed." Oops! He quickly tried to cover his mistakes, but it was too late. I told him, "If you have something to say, then say it! But if not, don't mention it in the first place!" Yes, well said. But it was true. It was all true. You mean, the room really is cursed then? Ever since I moved into that windowless hellhole, my sleep has been plagued with nightmares. I awake feeling as though I'm being choked to death. And in my waking hours, people are stabbed in front of me. Wait, people are stabbed in front of me. People are stabbed in front of me as I walk down the streets. I'm branded a killer, thrown in prison. Nobody wants to know me. I'm surrounded by scary, sinister spirits. If only there was someone, just one person on my side. Can no one find it in his or her heart to believe in me? Really, no one at all? To believe. Yes, to believe. To believe! Mr. Sholmes. Me, Mr. Naruhodo? Pray, what can I do for you? It's about the case in SS Buria, if you recall. The Buria. That case. The one with the snake? Well, yes. At the time, I was a suspect, but you believed in me and listened to my side of the story. And you helped us to investigate. I did I? Interesting. What I want to know is, why did you believe me? I see. Yes, you mean... because you were a grimly dressed, shady Eastern fellow found the victim in a locked room. Well, if you like, yes. I'm a little surprised that the answer requires explanation, my dear fellow. It's quite simple, really. You said I didn't do it. But I could have been lying. Surely you must have had your doubts. You might have suspected me a little. I think perhaps I misunderstood. I neither recall believing in you, nor in that which you were telling me. What? You see, the only thing I believe in are those I choose to believe in. So it's arbitrary.
What? What do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? I make up my own mind about who it is to be believed and what it is.
Oh my god. Okay. Hi Anne, hello. The hours are kind of piling onto me. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes, so the words are just kind of slurring in my mind again. It always happens around this time, huh?
I make up my mind about what is to be believed and what is not. If I should like to believe in something, I do. The circumstances can hang as far as I am concerned. But I could have betrayed your trust.
In that case, I should have made an elementary error of judgment, nothing more.
Betrayal of trust is an overused excuse in my opinion. Meaning, whether or not one should trust another is in the final analysis down to oneself. It is a matter of whether or not one can trust oneself.
Yes, it's right. It's right. Look, I'm student Mr. Naruto Esquire.
Whether or not I can believe myself.
Do not fucking. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen your face.
A defense lawyer is only as good as his faith in his client. And that comes down to how much faith he has in himself.
You were so right, Kazuma. Well, my dear fellows, it is time we were leaving, I believe.
Already?
Visiting hours are over. The guards will be here shortly to escort us out. There's a restaurant near here that serves excellent trout. Would you care to join me?
Oh dear. There's never enough time, is there?
Mr. Natsume?
If you'd like, in the trial tomorrow, I'd be happy to represent you.
Oh, look at him! Look at him! Look at him! Look, I'm student Mr. Naruto Esquire.
As I said, I only experienced a British courtroom for the first time yesterday. And although the man I was representing was found not guilty, I lost sight of something crucial.
Something crucial?
What to believe in, the defendant, justice, or the truth. How to believe, even. But I think I finally worked it out. I've decided I must believe in myself above all else, to trust my instincts. Yes, Mr. Naruhodo. And my instincts are telling me that you, Mr. Natsume, are innocent of this crime. It is imperative that we prove that in court.
Welcome, student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire.
I will fight for your innocence until the bitter end, with every weapon available to me, and this sword that I have. So, I hope you'll permit me to represent you tomorrow. As I said when we first met, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who will listen to me in my native tongue. Of course, Mr. Natsume. It would be fair to say, Mr. Naruhodo, that your mind was, in many ways, made up from the outset. You merely needed the events of today to fully realize it. Yes, I think you're right about that. It's been a roundabout journey, but I got here in the end. Mrs. Sato. Yes? Would you be willing to stand by my side tomorrow and help me in court? Absolutely. As I said this morning, you may consider me your personal judicial assistant. The shocking events of yesterday's trial still weigh heavy on my mind. But it's time to stop looking backwards. Kazuma believed in me. And Mr. Shone believes in me now too. So it's time. Time that I learned to believe in myself. It's only 4 chapters in, don't worry. Sasuke-san has no one. He's all alone. So it's my job to help him. To fight his corner. Tomorrow, in that courtroom, with all the strength I can muster. Holy shit, that was so intense, even my model like fucked up. To be continued. Oh my god, it's exactly 2 a.m. too. Holy shit. Right? The OST is so good. I'm so glad they have like an OST section for the game. They just know they made absolute bangers. Okay, so once again, I feel like this is a good place to stop. I feel like the to be continuous are a good place to end, because once we get into a trial, it's usually just not rapid fire, but it's the to be continuous are usually far and few in between. And I will say I have to get myself ready so that I can meet what, Van Zeeks again. Have to mentally prepare myself, physically prepare myself. So yes, I think I will end the stream here today. Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by. My nose is so itchy. And I feel like once we enter the trial, it's just like going up from there. So I would like to save that for tomorrow, because it's gonna be rough. That far I can remember, that much I can remember. So see you all tomorrow. Right, ready, right. See you all tomorrow at, again, usually the same time, same place. Great dream. Thank you very much, Darth. So again, once again, thank you everyone who stopped by and everyone who was just lurking. And let's all meet again tomorrow to welcome Van Zeeks once again with open arms. So see ya! Janne!